Welcome to our channel where we explore various religions and philosophies. Today, we will be discussing two ancient Indian religions, Buddhism and Jainism. Both of these religions share many similarities, but they also have some distinct differences. In this video, we will explore those similarities and differences to understand the key aspects of these two religions. Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Buddha, in the 6th century BCE. The core teaching of Buddhism is the Four Noble Truths, which explain that all life is suffering. Suffering is caused by craving and attachment, suffering can be overcome, and the path to the end of suffering is the Eightfold Path. Jainism, on the other hand, was founded by Mahavira in the 6th century BCE. The core teaching of Jainism is ahimsa, which means non-violence towards all living beings. Jains believe that all life is sacred and that every living being has a soul. Key difference between Buddhism and Jainism is the path to enlightenment is commonly described as the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. And in Jainism, it is described as the Three Jewels. It is important to note that both religions have multiple paths or practices that can lead to enlightenment. In Buddhism, for example, there are many different schools and traditions that emphasize different practices, such as mindfulness meditation, compassion, and devotion to a particular Buddha or Bodhisattva. Similarly, in Jainism, there are different approaches to spiritual practice, such as meditation, study of sacred texts, and the observance of ethical principles. Additionally, while the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path are central to Buddhist teachings, they are not the only paths to enlightenment. In fact, some Buddhist schools emphasize other practices, such as the practice of emptiness or the cultivation of bodhicitta, the aspiration to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. Similarly, while the Three Jewels are central to Jain teachings, Jains also emphasize other practices, such as the practice of austerities and the study of sacred texts. Ultimately, the path to enlightenment in both Buddhism and Jainism is a multifaceted and complex process that involves a combination of practices, principles, and insights. Both Buddhism and Jainism have unique practices and rituals. Buddhists use prayer wheels, chanting, and meditation to connect with the divine, while Jains practice austerities and penance to purify the soul and achieve enlightenment. Jains follow a strict vegetarian diet and avoid harming any living being, while Buddhists do not have any dietary restrictions but follow the principle of non-harming. In terms of their organizational structure, Buddhism is more centralized, with monastic orders and hierarchy, while Jainism is more decentralized, with individual spiritual leaders and community participation. Buddhism is generally considered a non-theistic religion, as it does not have a belief in a creator god or a supreme being that governs the universe. Instead, it emphasizes the role of human agency in shaping one's life and spiritual development. On the other hand, Jainism believes in the existence of an eternal, omniscient, and omnipotent soul called the Jiva. According to Jainism, the Jiva is present in all living beings and is the source of consciousness and sentience. Jains believe that the Jiva can be purified through spiritual practices and can ultimately achieve liberation from the cycle of birth and death. However, it's important to note that Jainism does not worship the Jiva as a deity, but rather sees it as an essential aspect of the universe and the foundation of their ethical and spiritual teachings. The Jiva is not a creator or a ruler of the universe, but rather a part of it. In conclusion, Buddhism and Jainism are two distinct religions with unique teachings, practices, and beliefs. While they share many similarities, their approach to enlightenment, dietary restrictions, and organizational structure differ significantly. However, both religions emphasize compassion, non-violence, and the pursuit of spiritual liberation. We hope you found this video informative and helpful in understanding the differences between Buddhism and Jainism. Thank you for watching.